Okay, before we even get back to the show, because Stench, I asked you to stay, because Jack's just not fair to ask guy questions. Not a slam on Jack. It's just a lot of things don't affect Jack. Maybe even like normal people.
Yeah.
You know, it's just you don't ask Jack, you don't ask me. So Stench, believe it or not, I think of as just a full-blown regular guy.
Really?
Like, I would never watch wrestling for $1 million, but I think it's a normal guy thing to do.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so here's my question to you, Stench.
Dude, you missed WrestleMania?
See? She bought shoes. Not only did she buy 6 pair, but she bought shoes with diamonds in the heels.
Yeah, hot.
Stupid or not stupid?
Dude, it's a chick thing.
But it's not a normal thing.
No, it's total normal for a girl. It's total normal for a girl. I have a wife that has closets full of just shoes. I understand the shoe
Let me
thing.
ask you this.
Thank you, Stench.
How many shoes do you actually wear?
This could sound very homo, but know that 15 pair of them are Nikes.
Right?
I probably have 20-something pair of shoes.
You have 20
But
pair of shoes?
How many do you
homo?
wear?
4 or 5 pair.
All right, 4. Right there.
You high-fived him!
I have no idea what just happened.
No. All right, first of all, here's what you need to know because you don't want to look stupid now. Shoes has nothing to do with any of this.
You
Just forget
high-fived
shoes.
him.
You high-fived
You're a
me.
homo.
No, he's not. He's a guy.
Oh, that's a guy thing.
I said you'd punch me. I said I'd walk over with my hand up high and you just hit
And
me.
you just leave him hanging.
Oh.
But then...
Well, I'm always kind of creepy if Bonaducci touches me, period.
Yeah.
Just now I'm going to go wash.
Not soon enough.
Because you were in the Miss USA booth while they were asking us questions. Or the money booth. We don't know because there's no money swirling.
Yeah.
But we were talking about high-fiving and how some
Don't
guys...
shoot stuff at me, dude. You did it.
Some guys either high-five too hard or nobody really wants to high-five, but once somebody sticks their arm up there, you have to do
You
it.
have to. You can't. I just said
But you have
can't
to
leave
if it's a
guy
guy thing.
Yeah.
You
if
can't
it's
leave the guy
thing,
hanging.
If it's a guy thing, like, hey, we're guys, we're celebrating being
Right,
guys.
right, you have to
gotta
do
high
it.
Five.
You know what was
But we were
killing me
thinking
though?
because it was the Bonaduce.
But if Bonaduce would have came and said something like real Bonaduce-like,
Yeah.
like, dude, I just made a mosaic table last night, I'd have punched him in the face.
Dude,
Yeah.
rereading Dante's Divine Comedy.
Yeah. You should have seen what was on the History Channel last night. Yeah.
Before I napped.
Yeah. You probably leave him standing there with his hand in the
It's
air.
funny. You know who I was saying is the absolute worst at that? You never know what their hand is going to do, and you have to respond as B-Rad.
Yeah.
Does he ever do the fist out or the up high or the down low to you?
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
Yesterday on the phone, he said B-Rad out.
He says late to me.
You know,
Late.
he has cool issues.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
overly cool.
No, he's not as cool as he thinks he
Right,
is.
right. He's
our boss,
overly
by the way.
cool. Right.
This is our boss, and it's weird because I like him. I like him a lot. I like his enthusiasm, and I think he's a cool boss. And I'm not even kissing his ass. I'm just telling you the truth. But there are things like he thinks he's super fly.
Yeah.
And he's cool, but he's not like super fly.
But he never makes an error so bad you just
Yes, he does.
mock him
Yes,
in front
he
of
does.
He does?
Yeah, he unbuttons his shirt way too low, and I mock him.
I had a boss in Detroit, and he was this big sought-after program director that we thought was this big coup to get, right? So they called this movie and meeting, and he comes in, and he's got long hair down to like the middle of his back, but he's in a suit, and he's giving this speech about why he came over to our station. He said, I swear to God, here's what he said. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, why didn't I bust a move for Cali? But bust a move for Cali? He said that why he didn't go to California if he's such a big shot.
Oh.
Wow.
Can you imagine? No. I said that's why you didn't bust a move for Cali, because they'd kill you.
Yeah, like, who is super cool, super fly, but doesn't act it, I think, from what I see, is George Clooney.
I saw him standing on the street with just a couple guys.
So imagine now he unbuttons his shirt to his belly button.
Okay, you're making fun of my people. I'm an Italian from Philadelphia. You are making fun of my people.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, B-Rad, our boss, has the ability to be cool. It just, I don't know, like, he's one button away.
See, I would make a pact with God to never put pants on again, just to be that tall. See, I think a guy that big can't be too uncool.
See, isn't that weird? Because yesterday at this really cool champagne and shoes party I was at, Lisa Fox is a very tall girl. She's, what do you say? It's like 6 foot maybe?
Yeah, just shy of
Yeah. And it was weird because all of us were buying strappy-ass shoes, and she's like, are these too high? I'm like, you know what? Embrace how tall you are. It's cool. But she doesn't. I don't think she likes being that tall.
because guy Stench's size, she's normal size girl, and guy my size just wish to climb her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You look at tall girls and just go, oh my God, yes, please.
But that's the thing, that she should really like embrace
it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and wear the strappy ass shoes. She's like, oh my God, no, I gotta.
No, but you know what? She might not have that body dis, whatever it is. She's just lost the weight so quickly that she just doesn't get it, that she's a thin, hot girl now. It's just too fat. If 2 years from now she still looks like that and thinks of herself as a big girl, then she's got an issue.
But
true. She lost the weight so fast.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. But anyway, I think that George Clooney is like one of those, I don't know, he's just, to me, and I don't know him, by the way, never even met him, but he seems like super cool guy without trying too hard.
I would... From my passing him on a motorcycle, I mean, literally, he was just standing there. But that's the whole vibe I got, because I just thought it was really weird that not only arguably the biggest star in America right now, but a guy whose net worth is obviously a couple of $100 million.
Yeah.
It just seemed weird and super cool that he was in a T-shirt and jeans just talking to another guy on a very busy intersection.
And it's also weird, like, the guys that can pull off things and the guys that can't. You know, for example, Jason,
Jason Pullman?
No, Jason, the motorcycle guy.
Right.
He has an earring in each ear, a little hoop.
Right.
Most guys I would be like, why are you wearing an earring in each ear?
Right. No, he can do that.
But he can. And, you know, like, he's one of those super cool guys.
Right.
But I don't know. There's, like, something sexy about it.
Yeah, no, he's one of those guys that could pull that off. Plus, say you had a problem with his 2 earrings, try and catch him on that Suzuki that goes 300 miles an hour only when Jason's riding it.
Yeah. Except for he has a dumb thing on his
I believe his Suzuki
helmet.
actually picked out those earrings.
Wait, but I have to tell you something.
What?
It's also, here's the fine line with men, and you girls know this about your husbands and boyfriends when they try something new. All right, so he wears one earring in each ear. It's totally cool, hot. I think it's sexy. It's awesome. But there are some things that men do that you just like go, oh my God, I can't date him or I can't marry him or whatever. He has the word Rocket Boy on his helmet.
He's a racer.
I don't care.
Oh, wait a minute. I think, is Rocket Boy a brand? I have Joe Rocket.
I don't know.
You know me, I have a matching Joe Rocket outfit. Maybe it's his name for racing.
Ew, I know, but I don't like it. Rocket Boy.
But, I mean, listen to it. And going around the track, he's got his knee all the way down. It's Rocket Boy out in front.
He's not a horse.
Yeah, I know. I realized that totally sounded Kentucky Derby.
But you girls know what I'm talking about. Like the super cool guy, like B-Rad. You know, he's cool, but he's one button away from me marrying him. You know, until he buttons that button, I am not interested in him.
Somewhere B-Rad is unbuttoning even further right now.
Here's what we're talking about thus far this morning. First of all, guys who think they're cool, it makes them uncool.
Right.
That's one thing. Or I think like certain little things for you chickaroos can send you over the edge where it just will ruin a man. For example, like B-Rad, our boss.
Right.
He unbuttons his shirt to his belly button, and he has everything. Like he's like a total package except for that one damn button.
Now, what about the guy? What if B-Rad knows it's uncool, but it pleases him so much he does it anyway?
He does.
And he's aware it's uncool?
Oh, I don't know that.
When I'm in shape, you know how my weight comes and goes?
Yes.
When I'm in shape,
and
I wear
flexing and stuff?
I wear those ridiculously tight T-shirts.
Yeah.
I'm aware they're uncool, but
right.
it pleases me so much to be thin.
And that's wonderful and good for you guys. But I'm just saying, for women, it like ruins it.
Right.
For us. Like, we're like, okay. Last night, here's a prime example. Last night, that, what's his name? Quentin
Tarantino.
I call him Quarren.
Okay. Is that what you call him?
Quentin Tarantino. He thinks he's cool. He totally thinks he's cool. He was on American Idol last night, and this is the word that ruined him all night. All right. Listen.
JPL, you are the geekiest rock singer since Freddie and the Dreamers, all right? But when you get into your geek mode, all right, there's no one quite like you. And today was from beginning to end. Bravo.
Wow, that was awful.
This next one, not only should a man not use the word the bomb, but he also should stop saying all right.
Fantasia, that was the bomb. You're the bomb. And you know that. I got one thing to say, though. And the thing I got to say is this. You haven't been funky in weeks, all right? You're showing off your voice, and you got it to show off. But you also, as great as that was, I want to see you rock the house again. This is the Great Lady Tour. Enough with the Great Lady Tour. Come back and rock next time, all right?
Okay. Oh, I hate the all right.
Wow, I hate the all right.
I know.
I know this is unrelatable, but Master P,
Yes.
the rapper, always said, "You horror me for your hear." It drove me over the edge. You horror me?
That's what 50 Cent does.
No, that's chinkier.
I like that Danny spent enough time with Master P to be driven over the edge.
I actually
I
have.
know you have. It just makes me laugh.
You would not believe the social circle I am not invited to anymore.
Wow. All right, here's the last clip last night from American Idol. All right.
You horror me?
John, I gotta be honest. I ain't one of your fans, all right? But this was your genre, and you did this song really terrific. Bravo.
I don't know.
Wow.
It just sends me, and that's just one of those things. I think I told you. I know I did, but a long time ago, I was dating this very handsome man in Colorado, and I really liked him. And I told you this, but one of my partners pointed out that he laughed like this,
Right.
and his shoulders went up and down, and then I couldn't date him anymore.
Once somebody pointed out the obvious.
Well, then after that, I never saw it until, and it drove me over the edge.
Yeah, well, I mean, every sitcom in the world has done at least one bit on your spouse's tiny little almost. The one I remember is from I Love Lucy, and she couldn't stand the way his spoon would bang on his cup of coffee when he stirred
But
it.
I mean, actually ruin it. I don't mean like a bad habit, because like my ex-husband would put his tongue on the coffee cup, you know, and
Right,
like
that's it. I knew,
yeah.
and put his tongue out.
It put his tongue out and put it on the coffee cup, and it drove me nuts. Right.
Yeah, but look where he is today.
No, but I mean, it wasn't a deal breaker.
Oh, okay.
Like Jason's helmet is a deal breaker.
It is?
It bugs me.
He doesn't wear it when you go out, does he?
Yes.
Oh, well, that would explain a lot.
What about the tattoo on his back?
The tattoo on his back is weird, Jack, because now that he races, it's like, it's okay. It's sexy.
I don't know your own name.
Wait a minute. Why can you not be Rocket Boy if you race, but you can have your own name on your
I
back?
think Rocket Boy sounds like so juvenile, like so young, so, I don't know. So
To me, Rocket
12.
Boy at least insinuates a racer. Your own name just means you can't remember it.
No, because it's on
I'm
his
not-
back.
Right. Or, yeah,
By the way,
It means he wants his boyfriend to be able to read it.
By the way, something I don't like, and I would recommend that he never show it to my father, because my dad beat his ass. But, it's one of those things that I would never let anybody know.
I'm going to go paint Rocket Boy's friend on my helmets.
Oh, God, I hate that. I don't know why. It just sends me over the edge. I looked at the pictures. I was like, no, you did not.
Just like that?
Inside my head,
No,
I
you
didn't say
did
it out loud. No, you did not. Okay.
All right.
All right. Anyway, our phone numbers are 1-877-487-9999. Deal breakers is what we're talking about this morning. Also, coming up on the big show, because tonight is the big season finale of The Apprentice.
Right.
I'm very excited about that.
I'm all caught up, too, because I watched a special on The Apprentice last night.
A very special.
Because as you know from out of my daughter's own lips, what does your dad do? Watches the History Channel and naps.
Right.
So I went out of my way to watch a special on The Apprentice so I could hang with you guys.
That's okay, because Homo over there,
Yeah.
Homo boy on his helmet, told me how Luke crashed his car on the OC, and it was very tragic because he was drunk driving.
Well, I'm going to tell you how Luke and Laura broke up.
No, he's watching the OC.
Right. I have no choice.
I know.
Yeah,
'cause
he's
your wife
married.
rules your life.
Yeah. When she's around.
Call Jamie and Danny now. 1-877-487-9999.
Knowing that relationship, he probably had to watch it and report to her and write it like an essay.
Oh,
She was home. There was
Thank
so
God.
much drama in my house last night.
All right. Hey, it is 6:20.
All right.
I don't know why that all right last night on American Idol, what's his name? I want to call him Quintino.
Quentin Tarantino. Well, I can't explain why it bothers you so much, but it is so annoying. It's unbearable.
All right.
What's the other? Because the other guy just says dog, right?
Yeah,
They got to stop.
I know.
Do we have something?
Wubba.
Bad
See?
one right there.
See?
Schlemizel, schlemizel.
Nice. But they didn't do it on a
No,
regular
they didn't.
basis. That didn't count.
Do we have one? We have We Rule, but we are prompted to do We Rule.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm glad we don't have one.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're talking about deal breakers, and one of those in which guys who think they're cool, it makes them uncool, or that one little thing that you saw in this your husband, your boyfriend, your whatever, your significant other, your life partner, and it just breaks the whole thing. Rocket boy.
And some people have a tolerance better than others. Because I would imagine for almost any other woman on the face of the earth, I do at least 10 deal breakers.
Oh, I'm sure we all do. I mean, we all get on everybody's nerves. That's just, human nature. There's no getting around it. I mean, the best person in the world will still get on your nerves.
That's true.
Doing something.
Matter of fact, the best person in the world, I can guarantee you, would get on my nerves.
Yeah, I mean, everybody gets on everybody's nerves, but it's that one thing that they own, that they do. And you're like...
Do I have one?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't want to hurt you.
Is it a real thing, though?
No, you don't have any.
No?
No.
You say anyway when I still want to hear more of your story. You'll be saying something that I think is interesting, and you'll go, anyway. And then you'll do something else, and I still want to hear the rest of your story.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, usually you don't want to hear the FP stories.
No, sometimes you say anyway, and I don't want to hear the rest of the story. But that's one thing, I guess, that you say anyway when you're not done with a thought, and I want to hear the rest of it.
Jack pulls his shoulders up and shrugs like that.
See, I don't have.
See?
Well, then you did it.
See,
I don't have one with Jack.
I don't care. I don't care. You know why? And this is not your fault. It's because it reminds me of Uncle Charles, because he does that.
That's cool.
Oh, my God. This is so funny. I wanted to play this. Damn it. Well, we'll do this. Things you should never hear in your life. Sentences that you should never hear in your life. For example, Mom, Uncle Charles sent another letter with meat in it.
Honey, Michael Jackson's watching the kids tonight.
Yeah, but mine's a real one.
Right, yours is a real one.
Mom, Uncle Charles sent a letter with more meat in it. And I looked at my sister, I go, do you know what your kid just said? She's like, yeah, what? I go, and you're not even shocked? And you don't even, and she's like, what? I go, there is meat in the mail.
No, you get used to the weirdest things.
Yeah.
I think you can get just completely used to the oddest things.
Anyway, all right, so let's go back to deal breakers.
Okay, I've got one for me.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Tell me if you recognize this and if it bothers you, ready?
Okay. Yes. That's when you're disgusted?
You know what? It's really, it's not. It's when I don't know what to say. I mean, if you've said something I want to have a comeback for, and usually it's kind of disgusted, but I want to say something to you and don't have it, so I go...
You know I do it back now.
Yes, I do. I noticed you do it back, and that's what made me aware that I even do it. Because I go, why is that crazy lady going... And that's when I realized, hey, I'm going...
Yeah, because before I would just not look at you. Now I'm like, he's smacking his lips
doing
at me.
This right, because I had no idea I did it. And then you started doing it back, and I went, what the hell happened to Jamie? When did she go mad? She's going at me.
And then you realize...
Then I realized, hey!
Hey! I'm going through puberty, Jack. Hey!
Yeah, not your own.
Hey! No. The other boys I
It's
date.
stages. She's going through puberty right now. Pretty soon she'll be going through adolescence.
Oh, my God. What am I doing? Anyway, it's fun. Okay.
See?
Oh, yeah, you're right. That was wrong. All right, let's take our... Jack, first call of the day. Sorry. You didn't find that song yet?
The first call of the day with Jamie
Why can't we all get a long neck?
We can just do that.
Ready for action, nip it in the bud. We never relaxing.
Keith
Outcast
Urban.
everlasting. Look at the ticket, let's see your seatbelt fasten. Trunk rattling like two midgets in the back seat wrestling. Speaker box vibrate the tag, make it sound like aluminum cans in the bag. But I know y'all wanted that.
661.
Can you feel that BASS bass?
I know, but she was done. I'll put her right on. By the way, Rocket Boy called me yesterday.
Called me too.
I did it with him.
Me too.
That Suzuki is fast.
6 years ago.
All right. Thank you, Jack. I think I wrote so long. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
By the way, and this isn't going to happen because sweet and lovely and talented Jason has a girlfriend
Right.
who's 36.
Wow.
Yeah. and I know she listens. So I'm just saying this hypothetically, and nothing. Like, I have no intentions, and Jason and I are just good friends.
But just from the bottom of my heart, his Suzuki's not the only thing that's quick.
No, he's different now,
I'm
I
kidding.
think. So anyway, here's the thing. And I know that you listen, sister, and I know you guys are a thing, and I have no intentions of doing anything with my friend. But wouldn't it be weird after 6 years to have sex with somebody again? Like, I haven't had sex with Jason in 6 years.
I don't know. Maybe I'll go have sex with Gretchen and tell you how odd it was.
But you know what I mean? That'd just be weird.
Yeah, I guess.
Not that I'm thinking about it. Because I had to be careful because she's like going to think that there's something there. There's nothing there.
This guy's a pain.
Why?
What's happened to Will Chase? I love Chase.
Can't talk about his motorcycle this now. His girlfriend listens and all
His
this.
rocket boy, which drives you
Rocket
over the
Boy.
edge.
This guy has more rules.
Maybe Rocket Boy has nothing to do with his motorcycle.
Anyway, it's just odd to think about having sex with somebody 6 years later. I may tell you about 2 other games, but I'll play them later.
Wow. It's very busy, huh?
I know. I have a lot on my mind. Misha, hi. You're the first caller. Danny.
You did it wrong.
Nuh-uh.
You told me to do it after the call.
Oh, like after we're done with her?
Yeah.
Oh.
You were the first call of the day.
Oh, hell. Anyway, Misha, go ahead.
I'm adding to my
good
list of things you
morning.
do.
Hi. Go ahead. What were you calling about?
I was calling about the deal breakers. I had a boyfriend who had a really nasal voice, and I thought I could deal with it. And after about 3 months, I just wanted to kill him in his sleep. So I decided to break up with him.
Yeah, it is weird, though. I mean, that's not an uncommon thought when you look at them when they're sleeping and you think, I could kill you.
Yeah, you just want to grab a pillow and
suffocate them and put them out of their misery.
It never works.
Exactly.
You can barely do it to old people.
Yeah,
They put
up a struggle.
As you start to die, you find an amazing amount of strength.
Yeah. I didn't really ever try.
Not that I know.
I just kicked at him. All right, Misha, hold on. You're the first call of the day.
She shouldn't have shot me.
Hold on. All right, here is Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi,
Amy.
good.
I listen to you guys in Denver every morning.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You know, it's 7:39 there.
Yeah, it is.
What
I know.
the
I don't have
hell
to be
is
to work till 8:30, so I'm okay.
You're retarded.
I know.
Okay. I'm calling about the deal breaker. When I was 21, I was dating a 27-year-old captain in the Air Force, and he decided to cook me dinner. So I went over to his house, and while he was cooking, I went into the bathroom, and in the trash can there were empty packages of Effordent. And so I opened up the medicine cabinet, and there was boxes in there, which led me to believe that he had dentures. And at 21, I could not date or kiss somebody that had dentures.
Isn't that weird? Unless they're a hockey player.
How about the fact that he might have lost his teeth in service to his country?
Well, but still, would you kiss somebody whose teeth might come out while you're
Well, it's kind of like, there's an Avalanche player that's super smoking hot, and he has a couple of teeth that he just pops out.
Right. Like
And
Margot Kidder.
Yeah, so that's kind of sexy, because it means he's a badass that got his teeth knocked out. But the whole set, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, exactly. And I was too embarrassed or scared to ask him, so I just stopped taking his calls and just kind of
Yeah, because some scars, even though they're deformed.
Yeah, I like all my scars, and I have a lot of them.
Some scars could be sexy,
Right.
They have a good story. They're kind of sexy. Jack's wife beat the holy Toledo out of him. That's hot, Jack.
Yeah, I've got assault and battery from the ankles up.
Really?
Yeah, I've got scars except for the motorcycle. I've got scars from just being beat because I shouldn't have had so much to drink.
I have that from the waist down. Never mind. It was a bad joke. Let's just move on.
See?
Hey, that's us.
That is us.
My God. All right, so much going on today. We're
Did
talking
it just get bright really fast?
Yes.
In here? That's weird.
I don't look good in this color.
What color would that be?
Bright. Anyway, I do love spring, though, I have to tell you.
Me too.
Oh, my God. It's just so beautiful here. I love it here.
I like summer
today,
more.
though.
I like summer more.
It gets a little too damn hot for me.
You know what, though? I'm not like Jack, man. I cannot motivate myself to ride my bike to work if it's under 50 or 60.
I have
72.
bad news, though. I think I have a new outlook because of something.
Working out?
Yes.
Good.
And I don't want to be that person.
You know what? It absolutely happens. I wasn't going to tell you this because you normally couldn't relate to real life workout things.
Yeah.
But I stopped working out around the time of my bike crash and just never got back into it. Gretchen, who would not do it at all, I couldn't make it up this hill, and she tried to motivate me, and she couldn't do anything 6 months ago.
I can't either.
By
still.
running up the hill backwards, yelling at me to come on.
She did.
In like a few months, she's become super fit.
Well, he said it'll get easier, and it is getting easier, but I don't want to be 3 people that I've become. One, I don't want to be the woman that loves shoes.
Too late.
I'm her.
Too late.
I don't want to be the woman that has a cat and buys stupid things for her cat.
Too late.
And I don't want to be the woman that's like invigorated because I'm working out.
No, that's a great thing.
That one's a good one.
You know those people that start talking about their workouts and how, you know.
That's different. That's boring people like me. No, because what you're thinking is that you're not getting what will happen to you emotionally and mentally as you get more fit. You will feel better in almost every regard, not just look better.
But he's not nice to me. He tells me that I'm pathetic. Not that mean, but kind of. He's like, you should not be out of breath for your age. He told me that at my first workout. I'm like, I'm a smoker.
You should go to freedomlasertherapy.com.
I'm in horrible shape, and I've been going to 24-hour fitness for a year, and he pushes me, but he's never called me pathetic. He's the nicest guy, and I can't do stuff, and I'm using, like, the smallest weights, and he'll still, good job, way to go.
Go get him, Jack.
I know, but you know what Jack does with his 24-hour fitness trainer?
Makes out?
Almost. It's his only friend
Right.
after the show, so he, like, tells him its deepest, darkest, and he talks to him.
Oh, and here's the sad part.
Well, there's so many, Jack.
Right. Well, first of all, he's in a great shape. He's a super nice guy and an ex-Marine. And here comes me,
Ex-drinker.
Barely people.
Right. Couldn't have less in common, and I just unload on this poor guy for an hour, twice a week.
Oh, my God. It's like therapy workout.
It is.
His usual response is, boy, Mom ain't here to tuck you in tonight.
Sorry, your mom's a lesbian.
Now he's got to go.
Give me 20.
I'm sorry that this is happening to you, Jack, but could you do 2 more reps?
I know. Exactly. Oh. Anyway, all right.
You want to hear total gym rejection, though?
What?
The gym here costs $250 a year to join if you work here. That's a great deal, right?
A year.
So I offered to buy Stench a gym membership if he would work out with me right before or right after the show. And he said, and this was just his way of saying, no, I'm spending no social time with you. But what he said was, I already have 2 gym memberships and 3 makes you gay. That was his excuse.
Well, that's a good one, too. He doesn't want to be the guy with all the gym memberships, I guess. I don't know. And in the meantime, though, what were we talking about?
Deal breakers.
Right. Sorry. I knew it. Okay. We're talking about deal breakers. I was trying to pull up some pictures to show you the deal breaker I had. But there's all kinds of
Rocket Boy?
Yeah.
Well, by the way, Jamie just totally smoked me. My wife is not awake at all. I gave her 6:40 phone call to wake her up. She didn't hear anything. And just kind of as a joke, as Jamie was in the office with me, I said, honey, would you still love me if I paint Rocket Boy on my motorcycle helmet? And she said, no, that's a line I won't cross.
See?
So I had to give Jamie that one.
See, even the missus.
Even the missus who loves me through everything would leave me over Rocket Boy.
Also, if you were Bobby Badfingers and snapped for a living, I probably wouldn't be with you.
I love Bobby Badfingers.
What if
he's in a new commercial?
What if
for
you're
Yahoo?
you and you just snap recreationally?
Oh, that happens all the time. But can you imagine dating this guy?
And because I don't think they said his name, it ran during American Idol last night. The Yahoo
huge.
commercial with Bobby Badfinger.
It
So
did?
if you saw that snapping lunatic talking about writing a book, that was Bobby.
Do we have
Badfinger.
the commercial? We might.
If we have, we have the
If we
tape.
have
I'm sure
American
we do.
Idol.
So Stench, if you see that there,
He's in the Swirling Money booth.
Oh, he is.
Why are you talking to him?
I forgot. I saw him now. Okay, Swirling Money booth. I like the Miss America question booth better.
Okay.
Do they ask questions on Miss America, Miss USA still?
In a soundproof booth?
Yeah. No, they put all the other contestants in there. Like the top 5.
They do?
Yeah, and then they ask them each the same question, so the other ones can't hear it.
Right, because you don't need 50 people curing AIDS and famine.
What?
I thought it'd be interesting to see. We need a radio in our office so we can hear because we're in there working away on the show online and
Working
stuff.
for the man.
And
women.
Jack yells 10 seconds, and we didn't immediately move. It was like, ah, damn. And then I just really wondered what Jack would do.
What would you do, Jack?
He was looking out the window like, those guys suck for not doing their jobs, and I don't care, not my fault.
You were doing an Oprah? It's sad to be me looking out the window.
No, I think he was just looking. He didn't look all that sad.
It's banner changing day. You know that I love
Banner
banner
changing day. Don't look out the window. We'll get a memo. Don't talk about anything out the window.
Can you talk about the show Friends? It's very relatable.
No, what we can talk about is some of the reality television, including last night American Idol, and we were talking about deal breakers, and one of them is guys that snap for a living.
Yeah.
And here's the commercial of Bobby Badfingers last night on American Idol.
I'm using Yahoo Search to write a book on finger snapping. I'm doing the research on Yahoo with searching for all sorts of different snapping ideas, snapping history.
Search engine, mail engine, life engine.
Yahoo!
It's a life engine.
You know what I feel bad about?
What?
Well, when he was here, he was telling us that he was like gonna write a comic about a guy that snaps, or write a cartoon about a guy that snaps, and he was probably gonna do a Yahoo commercial.
Right.
And I didn't believe him.
No, me either.
Because when you got a guy that has like a black and white suit on, and he has like a Elvis belt on, and he's snapping, you have a tendency not to believe him.
Maybe we owe Robert the homeless guy an apology.
Why?
Well, I went down there and he told me about the show he has in Turnaround.
I know. Don't you feel like a dumbass when you don't believe these people?
You know what? I got approached to do it. It didn't go, or it's still at least not going. But I got approached by Dick Clark to do a TV show that sounded super funny and interesting. And Dick Clark was behind it, and his money was behind it. And then guess what I found out?
What?
Bradley wrote it. Our night guy
The
here.
night guy?
Wrote the show and sold it to Dick Clark.
That's awesome. Good for
I know.
him.
It's way good for him, especially because he wrote it with me in mind. God love you, Bradley. But who would have thought that? If Bradley would have said to me, oh, yeah, I got to deal with Dick Clark. I said, yeah, me too. And Dick Cheney. I got lots of deals with people named Dick. But sure enough, he did it.
Well, good for him. That's awesome. Also, coming up here on the big show, we have, speaking of reality television, we have Sam from The Apprentice, the goofy one.
I know all about him now.
Yeah, he did a commercial, too. He's in a bridal gown, a prom dress.
See, a lot of very cool men dress in prom gowns for TV.
Yeah. What was I thinking?
Yeah.
Judger. So he's coming up.
Have you seen his personal home?
Whose personal home?
Sam's.
No.
It looks like one of the Trump. It's modeled after one of Trump's suites.
Where'd you see it?
I watched the special.
Oh, yeah, he watched the very special Apprentice last night. That's okay. Jack watched COC, and the other homo watched The Bachelor. And Stench, he's huge.
And you bought shoes.
I bought
drank
shoes.
champagne.
I went to a shoes and champagne party. It was fabulous.
One of these things is so not like the other.
Yeah, you guys are watching, TV shows for girls. Whatever.
Mine was disguised as news. I didn't know when I turned on 48 Hours or whatever it was that it was going to be the
very
Apprentice
special Apprentice.
But when it was, I've seen the show like once, get the idea, but I didn't like. Sammy's a freak.
Sammy, you call him now.
Yes, I do.
Well, I just know him as Sam, but you know him as Sammy.
I know him as Sammy. I know his house. I know his cutlery.
Really? What pattern did he go with?
He went with the hearts.
He did not.
You didn't watch it.
But, the biggest homo of them all, the producer, is a big old football player. Imagine a big football player from your high school. So he comes in, and he's all upset because The Bachelor didn't have anything about the stalker that they promised, that they promoted. And I just stared at him. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? And he's like, no, dude. He does that.
Right.
Dude, they didn't have anything about the stalker, and they promised it. And then Jack goes, oh, well, last night on the OC, and I'm like watching this like homo pong.
See, I'm still trying to imagine my school with Michael Jackson having a football team.
Yeah, that's true. You're different than the rest of us.
Yeah, I don't get to play that game.
One of these things. Anyway, yes, Jack, Alongishon.
My night was lining up to be the normal, OC, American Idol mud mask kind of night where I sit around and watch the baby.
Yeah?
And so I had the baby and the bouncer. My wife was homesick, so she was actually
You
home
had your
last
wife and the bouncer?
night. Oh, baby
Baby
was
and the
in
bouncer.
Okay. Right. And I just poured myself
I
a
have
bowl
one of those, though, thyself.
That's right.
Oh, that's true. I just poured myself a bowl of Cheerios, and I was going to sit down and
Jesus.
watch TV. It was like 7 o'clock.
He's Seinfeld.
I know.
And the dogs, I just fed the dogs, and they run outside, and I hear screaming. And so I think one of the dogs ran through the plate glass window or whatever. So I get up and run.
Well, did you hear a breaking, too?
It's pretty far back. I mean,
In a house with kids, you hear screaming
Right.
something.
I know, but he assumed a dog and ran through a plate glass window. I would assume I would hear breaking.
Right.
See, I thought odd too.
I'm not judging.
There was a commotion,
All right, I am.
okay?
All right.
So, screaming, and my wife jumps up and pulls the baby out of the bouncer, which was amazing. And I run back there to see what's going on. Of course, never putting down my bowl of Cheerios. And I look around, and my big dog has this squirrel that it's just shaking wildly.
In your house?
No, outside the window. So
The
I
one
start
that didn't break.
Right.
I start yelling. My wife is flipped out now and is running around the house screaming with the baby. I'm screaming at the dog. The dog drops the squirrel and it runs in the house.
Oh, no.
So now
That's
I'm like,
scary.
So now my wife's on a table holding the baby screaming. The dog I've locked outside because now I can't let the dog in or it'll tear up the house trying to get the squirrel that's run in my house.
I've seen this. And then it runs up the Christmas tree and shorts it out and the whole house catches on fire.
I saw that. So what happened?
So I shut the bedroom
That's
door
scary.
because that's
I
the
would
only
never
access.
want like a big rodent in my house.
No,
that's awesome.
Because now,
It's
normally
scary.
I'd just sit someplace and cry, but I have a wife and baby I have to
Because
protect.
You have to deliver.
I've had a bird in my house, and
Yeah.
that's scary, but you have something that will bite you.
That's injured and now upset.
Right.
So I have to go back to the house. My wife's standing on the table with the baby. I'm like, I shut the door. You guys are fine.
Wow, you were the superhero?
Right. So I go
Nice.
out around the
Story's
house.
not over.
Yeah.
I go around the house and I have to
Start to
separate
cry.
the dogs. Right. Now nobody can see me. So I get the dogs out and now I slide the door back open and now I'm in the house with the squirrel and I'm like, what am I going to do to get this squirrel?
Right.
So I man myself with the only thing I can find, a broom. So now I'm going to track it down and just whack it with the broom until it runs back
See,
outside.
I usually ride it. Yeah, all right, so you're going to whack
So
it.
I don't know where it is and then I hear rustling under the bed.
Oh, no, Jack.
Right. So now I have a
No,
injured
because
squirrel.
this is too scary. Because you don't want to look under there because
No.
it'll bounce on your face.
Right. So now I'm flipped out. So I lift it up slowly with the broom.
No, you can't.
Well, what am I going to do?
You
I'm
just-
do?
You just feel like you just do
well,
it. Like,
I don't want to push it further, or
Right,
beyond that is closets and stuff, and
Right.
it can get really bad.
No.
So I look under, I kind of lift it up and I can see it. It's kind of there. So I start swatting it, and it's stunned or something, and it just kind of crawls a couple feet every time I do it. So I get it out about halfway. Now I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah.
It's not because it's not freaked out. It's just sitting there kind of staring at me.
And it looks like it's going to kill you.
Right. It's just staring
And its
at
little
me.
paws go like this. Bring it.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
your cat.
So I don't
Does
know.
it go like this? Does it show you his teeth like?
He was just staring me down, and he's breathing real heavy.
Wow, he's breathing heavy.
And staring him
Oh,
down.
is his tail up or flat?
Kind of flat.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't want to spur him on to run anywhere else in the house because now I have him out from under the bed. I don't want him to go under anything else. So I don't.
But then
know
they start mocking you. Like they start like picking up a nut and just like chewing on it. Like I have anything else to do.
Right.
I don't even care you're here.
Right.
Is this like the French poodle that insists it's better
Yeah.
than you?
Have you ever seen a rodent mock you? Like, please.
Right. You think they're going to be afraid of you,
Yeah.
but they're not.
No, they're not. I've had that with raccoons.
So I'm standing there, and I realize that it's kind of dragging the back leg. So it's not going to go anywhere too fast.
Oh.
So I see a shovel outside. So I
Oh,
get
no,
the shovel,
no.
and I
You
put
have
it.
carpet.
Right.
No, he's gonna scoop it, aren't you?
I don't. Well, I was going to, but then I thought I'll dig in and break something. There'll be blood everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I mean, carpet.
Right. So I kind of lay it down and I hit it with the broom until it gets on the shovel. But now I have to make it out of the house before it dives off
It's
the
gonna
shovel.
run up the shuttle, up your arm, and into
Right.
your
Bite
ear.
your eye.
Right. But what are you going to do? I have no choice.
A box. I would have gone with the box.
I didn't have time. Couldn't go find one. Remember, this whole time, there's a wife and a baby screaming on top of a table in
And
another
I
room.
know her. Jack, did you get it?
Oh,
Jack!
and just screaming and hysterical. And by now, the dog that's attacked it is in the front of the house, and she's screaming at the dog. Now she hates the dog because it injured the squirrel.
Did the squirrel kill Jack, bite the dog, or eat the baby? We'll find out when we come back.
Alrighty, just a reminder, coming up on the big show, we have somebody, I didn't get their name, sorry. The editor from Star Magazine, they have a whole new look, and they have all new gossip, so they'll give us the lowdown. And Sam from The Apprentice with some inside scoop on tonight's big finale.
Nice.
Finale.
Let's see. Tonight's finale. Tonight's finale.
Finale. Ah, eh. I lost my mind. Anyway, God, I say anyway a lot.
Uh-huh.
That's
my
my
thing
deal
with you.
breaker. It's my deal breaker. We were talking about different deal breakers and things that turn you off about somebody, and then somehow, some way, we got onto Jack's life, and that just right there is just a whole life breaker.
Right.
And Jack last night had an attack. Squirrel.
Yeah, a killer squirrel.
A killer squirrel in his home. Right now, it is under the bed. No, actually, we left you. It's in a shovel.
Right. Now, I've taken the broom.
Uh-oh, here we
and
go.
I've got it on the
Wait,
shovel. That's
the
where we
wife
left.
and child, by the way, in case you're concerned.
Still on a table.
They're locked in a bedroom, safe and sound.
No, I'm locked in the bedroom. They're in the living room on a table.
On a table.
Which
I-
they're still up there.
Hell.
But they're still on the table at this point.
I have a question.
Screaming.
Is there an outdoor exit in this room?
My room that I'm in, yes. That's how the squirrel got in.
Oh, thank Lord.
Okay.
The Lord.
Now, do you want what really happened, or do you want my ending?
Why don't you give us both and we'll judge?
Yeah, how about give us? Yeah, we'll just.
Okay, so we'll start with the ending. So I have the squirrel. Now I've got it on the shovel. He's staring at me. I'm staring at him. You know, I don't know exactly what to do. When around the corner, because of all this screaming, the neighbors have called the police, and a cop pops up with his gun out.
Oh my God!
Which now startles me. I fling the squirrel, which lands on his shirt, which causes him to discharge his weapon.
Right.
Which his partner was at the front door looking at my screaming wife, which causes him to wrestle the wife and baby to the ground.
Right. Yeah.
It's an awesome story.
Right, what really happened?
So what really happened is now I have this thing on the shovel, and I'm like, what do I do with it? I run outside like a little girl because I have this, and I shut the sliding door behind me. The sliding door. So now I have this squirrel on a shovel, and I don't know what to do because it's not dead.
Right.
Now, my wife is screaming. The windows are open, so I can hear her still.
So you're outside with the squirrel. Well,
Right.
why not run back in?
Well, no, because now I have to decide what to. Now there's no danger with anybody with the squirrel. Now I have to decide what to do.
You're in danger.
Well, I've determined when it didn't jump off the shovel that it probably isn't going to hurt me.
Yeah.
But what do I do with it? Because she's screaming, is it hurt? Is it hurt? And this thing's pretty badly hurt at this point. I notice now it's bleeding.
Eat it.
Well, I could bash its little head in, but then she'd flip out. She's already mad at the dog.
Yeah,
screaming.
but Jack, she doesn't think you're very manly.
Will you let him finish
I
the
know, but I'm telling you, I'm
Right.
giving him some advice. She doesn't think you're very manly. If you kill that damn thing and
No.
skin it
See.
and gut it and then fry it up, oh, you're like, what's that?
Yes, Jack. I'd also like to give you advice on events that have already occurred.
Right. No.
What's that? Who's that really good guy that would hunt stuff and kill it and eat it and everybody?
Ted Nugent?
No. Grizzly
Jeffrey
Adams.
Dahmer?
Grizzly Adams. Didn't he eat stuff or did he just like them?
Liver eating Johnson's a good one.
All right. So anyway.
So I don't know what to do. I mean, see, unlike it
said
wouldn't make me
anyway.
manly to kill it. What would make me? I was already manly because I got it out of the house and saved
All
them.
right.
All right.
I'll give you that one.
And bashing its head in would have made me the jerk in this story. So I lie to her and tell her it's doing better than it really is. You know, oh,
Send
it
it
looks
a card.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. And there's a spot like behind the garage where nobody can get it. And I figure it's not dead yet. I'll give it a fighting chance. And so today I'll go home and throw out the dead body. But I figured I'd let it go.
Squirrel carcass.
Someone will have dragged it off.
Yeah, well, we'll find out when I get home. But I didn't
Don't you
know
keep
what
their
to do.
tails or something? Make a hat.
Yes, you do.
So that's how it
Hey,
really
let me
ended.
tell you something. I have a raccoon penis.
Oh, I've seen
So
those.
do I.
Yeah. They make them into key rings in the Midwest. They call it something. I think something I can't say. on
Where
the
were
air.
you last night? Shoes and champagne?
Yeah, in Beverly Hills.
You can take the Midwest out of the girl, but you can't take the girl out of the Midwest.
And by the way, I was at a shoes and champagne party in Beverly Hills at Stuart Weitzman's, which I love. But I had in my hand the raccoon penis, a keychain.
Why?
Because they make them there. It's a thing. It's so you know that you went coon hunting.
Not at Stuart Weitzman.
No, right.
Well, they didn't know. They thought it was something from Tiffany's.
I've met Tiffany.
Anyway, Jack, it comes down to, if Stinch is here, he kind of had the same thing happen. Do you lie to protect others? You know how men always lie, I didn't want to tell you because I knew you'd be hurt.
Right.
So you did the right thing and told her it was doing better and blah, 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 because she would have been devastated. Stench, on the other hand, has kind of a different story. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, but if I know Stench, he like showed the carcass to the kid or something.
Actually, he's torn about this one. I can't believe it. He actually has some dignity, or not dignity,
Whatever,
some
yeah,
compassion is the word.
Oh,
I'm
very
looking
nice.
for. Thanks. Compassion with him. So he sees this sign, and it says missing, and it's a really pretty cool furry cat, and it
Right.
says missing, please call, reward, right? Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Right. So it's is there a reward?
I was kind of in horror at the point when I saw the sign and saw the picture of the cat.
It's
on
the
the-
cat. It's the cat with a little child like holding it and cuddling it, like,
Right.
please find my kitty.
Yeah, and
You know,
it
it's
had a
what-
big
It's
description.
so compassionate. You actually think the child is missing for a moment.
Well, right, and it's written in that crayon, that messy
Right.
crayon, like, please find my kitty.
Right.
Yeah. So and one of the letters is backwards.
Backwards.
Yeah, kitty with the K is backwards.
It's a very sad and tragic story
Right.
already.
Right. So Stench, you've seen this cat, right?
Just 2 days before the sign.
Right.
Now, there's cats running around. How would you know 2 days after you saw this cat, when somebody put up this poster, that it was that? What made that cat memorable to you?
Because it was one of those things that stuck out that after I saw it, I said, huh, You don't see that every day. Sure enough, I'd never seen this before in my life.
So what happened was?
What happened was the crack of dawn, on my way to work here, not even crack of dawn, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
No one's on the road, and when I get to the intersection by my house, the very intersection I saw the sign at 2 days later, I see a coyote with that cat in its mouth.
Oh.
And I go, oh my God, I've never seen that
You've
before.
heard about it, and
Yeah.
you've actually heard the screams, but you've never seen it.
And then the coyote dropped the cat and ran away, and I'm sure as soon as I drove off, it grabbed it and took off again.
And the cat was kind of finished off anyway,
And the
right?
cat, its head was pointing the opposite direction of its
like
body.
the K.
I mean, I was right there. And the eyes were open, and it was staring at me, and I remember, like, the headlights hit it, and I'm like, those are the greenest eyes I've ever seen
on a detached head.
Yeah. On a complete, solid black cat.
So 2 days
Being
later.
a black cat really is
And
bad
then,
luck.
coinkedinkly, 2 days later, I tell my wife the story. I'm like, I'm at this intersection the other day, and I see a coyote standing here with a cat in its mouth. And she turns and says, was the cat black? How did you know? And then she points to the sign, and then I see the sign.
Oh, so what have you done?
So that's the thing. That is the dilemma. Do you call the family so they ultimately know the fate of their cat, or do you allow them to hold out hope? I say, because it's a little child holding little Precious.
Right.
I say you let the little child think that Tabby is still alive, because sooner or later they'll just forget.
Right. Well, what about the parents?
I don't know.
See, because here's the thing. All grown-ups know little escaped kitties don't find better homes. They
Right.
become fur-lined retreads.
Yeah, I don't think they want to know the details.
I would rather know my cat got ran over than eaten alive by a coyote.
Call anonymously.
No.
I saw your cat. It was getting eaten. And it was screaming.
That voice.
The cat was begging.
I don't think you call.
I didn't call, and my wife's been giving me drama every day. Look at the sign. They call that little kid and let him know what happened to his cat. I'm
Your
like,
wife
no.
is evil. She has a child. I can't believe she wants that little kid to know.
She thinks that they should know. They have a right to know. Jack tells me I should call that
No,
they should know.
it's like little Samantha. I told you she was
I
like
kinda
3
think
years
you should
old,
call.
and she was adorable. And I said, Samantha, why do you have a little empty fish tank? Where's your fish? And she said he ran away.
And she's 15.
No, I thought that was the cutest story. They told her a fish ran away, not that it died, because death is too hard for kids to understand.
Yeah.
We had, I'll be very brief because it does not live up to Jack or
So
Sted's
lie to
story.
your kids.
We had a wounded gopher in my front yard. And about a year ago, I bought a croquet set because we live next to a park.
Oh, yeah. I see where this is going.
And my wife said, go see how the wounded gopher is because Isabella's hysterical. So I took my never-used croquet mallet and crushed its skull on the spot, picked it up by the tail, and put it in the trash where wounded animals belong.
You didn't even try to get it through the little, wire thing?
Okay, I swear to God I considered that.
You got to play croquet.
I went to see how far I could hit it, and I thought, well, that's just meaner than I actually am, so I smashed his little gopher skull.
Hey, not to change subjects, but what is the goal of croquet?
To be an idiot?
I don't know how to win.
The pole at the end, you go through
No, there is one way to there is one way to win at croquet. Don't play.
Ever. Oh, another guy I won't date.
Yeah.